Hey guys, Mikey B here. Welcome to the channel. Um, First off, I know I have been MIA for the last 3 months. I've had a lot of things going on, both work and personal life, and other things going on. I just couldn't dedicate time to streaming or working on the program or, being with you guys and doing what we like to do here, which is play roulette and show off the Hot Streets program. So again, apologize for ghosting you all. Hopefully, things have settled down here on my side, and I think we should be good to continue doing the streaming and things like that. I know with the program, right before I kind of left, I had a couple of people beta testing it and had some issues with multiple monitors where the monitors weren't the same size and things like that. I think I've ironed those out, but unfortunately, I've not been able to communicate with those testers since my return. So hopefully, if anybody wants to be a beta tester of the application, let me know. Drop me a link. Drop me a line in the comments below, and we can see if we can't get and communicate to get some other additional beta testers on the application. But I think it's in pretty good shape. Made a couple of enhancements over the last couple of days since I've been able to focus time back. And so what I think I'm going to do as our comeback here, my account had like $38 in it a week and a half ago. And with working with the program and doing some things, I've grown it to about $128 in the account. And what I've been doing is just trying to win 5 times and then get out. Basically win 40 units, and after 40 units, end the session and done for the day or done for that session, and maybe a couple hours later or 6 hours later come back and do another session. So that got me thinking on what I want to do here is I'm going to do a 10-day challenge. That is going to be a 40 unit a day challenge. See if we can do 40 units a day for 10 days. That'll be 400 units. Another thing I was doing when I was testing and doing different things, comparisons of my betting strategies, is that you got to set a stop loss, or you can lose your whole bankroll. Sometimes it's potentially that could happen. So what I've been doing is, as soon as I've been hitting about 50 units of loss, I'll stop, because I'm trying to gain 40 units a day. So if I lose one day, I know I can make it back, hopefully, or not know, I'm hoping I can make it back in one session the next day. So that is the rules we're going to be doing this challenge on. We're going to be stopping whenever we hit 40 or more units of profit, and we will stop if we get down to about 50 units of loss. So without further ado, let's get back into a little bit of roulette and see if we can make 40 units a session. So let's come in here and let's get to the action. So again, sorry I kind of ghosted you all, but life got in the way of some things, so sorry about that. But we are now back in the saddle here. So let me go ahead and we're going to put in the history of numbers again. One thing I'd like to do too is, after I've, once the number of observations have been put into the program, once it tells me, okay, I have enough to start betting, I'll kind of see whether it has been hitting or not. And if it hasn't, I'll kind of wait until it does before I jump in. So sometimes I'm not jumping in right away because it seems like the water is cold and we don't want to bet while the system is hot, or cold. So see, like right now, let's see, 8, that's one loss. 4, that would be another loss. 6 would be a win. So that would be a win. 28 would have been a loss. 2 would be a loss. 30 would be a loss. Where's 30 here? And 20 would be a loss. So that was quite a bit of losses there. I think I'm not going to bet until either we get 2 more losses or until it hits. So if we get 2 more losses in a row, I'm going to stay away. So see, there wasn't a loss, so I'm glad I stayed away. It's kind of like, it seems like it's just chasing the win there. It seems like every time we are putting in the last number, it's now going to that street to be hot. We can see these two right here are pretty cold. I mean, they're hot streets, so they've come up the most, but it's 10 spins since and 16 spins since the last. So they're a little bit cold on coming up. So I'm going to wait here. If we get 1 more loss, I'm going to dive in because that would have been, I think, 6 or 7 losses in a row. And I think it's okay to come on back in here. So let's see what happens. And that jumped in and out of the win there. So that was 25. That would have been another loss. So we're going to do 25. I think now I am going to jump in. So let's click the 10 cents here and let's jump in. All right. So I hope everyone has been doing well. We're approaching the holiday season here in the U.S. Thanksgiving's in a couple of weeks, less than a couple of weeks. And then Christmas is coming up, and then New Year. This year has gone by very fast. I got to say that. They seem to always go by fast year after year. But I hope everyone's doing well, and thanks for joining me back in the channel and on our challenge here. Let's see if we can. Okay, there we go. We jumped in at the right time. We got a win. Very good. Excuse me. All right. So the goal here is to get 5 full wins, and that were 40 units, and then we end. So at 20-cent betting unit, that would be $8. So we're trying to hit 136.13. So if we can hit 136.13, we are we're going to be at that goal. And if we do those. If we could do that 10 days, that's 400 units. So, that's $80 in 10 days, which isn't bad. And just think if you were betting, $5 as your betting unit, that's $2,000. So it's, interesting. Or if your betting unit is $1, it's $400. So it's not bad. And, like I said, I brought this. I had $38 in here when I stopped playing a few months ago, and then, like I said, for the last probably 7 days I played, I've built it up to the 128. I actually had it up to 146, and I was upping my betting unit to 40 cents, and damn if I didn't have 2 sessions in a row that clunked out on me. All right, so that's why we won here, which is great, but we only won half a unit here. We're only at 40 cents because our total bet was, 180 cents. We're trying for $1.60 a win. I messed all that up when I was talking about the things there. So we're betting 20 units. 20-cent units. You guys just gotta ignore me. We win each time we win a profit of $1.60. So if we profit $1.60 5 times, that's $8. Or in this sense, it would be our 40 units. But because when we win on the second betting progression, we're only profiting 4 units or half of that $1.60 80 cents. So that's why I say we need 5 full units of wins. Right now we only have 1.5 units of wins. So we need 3.5 more units to get our 5 units. So that's why I said 5 full units before, 5 or more full units. Excuse me. So yeah, right now we're at 1.5 units profit. Let's Let's see what we can get here. And what is that? 16. And that's off by 1. But that's okay. That's all right. We are now at our third betting progression. So if we win on this one, we're going to win our full 8 units that we're hoping to win, or $1.60, which will be a full win if we can get it here. And again, if the session ends with down 50 units, which would be $10, then so be it. We come back and we fight another day. It doesn't make sense to keep chasing and being down, 100 units or 200 units. See, there we go. We won again, which is great. So, like I said, the hot streets, betting 4 streets that are hot, you need to win. Basically 1 out of 3, and you'll be okay. And just ignoring the streets that are good. So, we stayed away from street 1, 3, this street over here, and the last street. We've stayed away from those streets because, look, these haven't come up in 10, 14, 21, 20 times. Watch it hit now. But we've saved bets. So, by not betting a bunch of streets, you are avoiding. Yeah, there we go. There's the street I was talking about. Speak of the devil, and it comes up. But we're avoiding playing the streets that are cold, and it seems to be a good pattern that I was having before. I had to stop playing, and it held up for the last 6-7 days. I think I only had 2 sessions that were losing sessions out of 7, so that's not bad. And that's what made me think of what kind of challenge will we do when I come back into the space here. And I figured, let's do a 10-day challenge, see how many times we can win over 10 days, 40 units. All right, so that's 27. So there's the second one, but that's okay. We're still doing all right. We have 2.5 wins. We only need 2.5 more. We have 2.5 full wins. We just need 2.5 more, and we will have our 40 units that we're looking for. And as you can see, we're still 80 cents ahead, or 4 units ahead. We have 128.93 right now, so we're still ahead. All right. And that's a 2. That's a loss. All right. So if we win on the 4th progression, it is going to be a push because we're just going to make back all the money that we invested. But that's okay. Pushes are all right in my line of work here. All right. So we are currently only down 80 cents or 4 units. So we can go a couple of more. We can go deeper into the progression because we have 1, 2.5. We don't have to stop at the 5th progression because we still wouldn't be down the 50 units because we won a couple of times. So if you won a couple of times and you're ahead, in my opinion, you are okay to keep pushing. All right, there we go, 15. So we pushed this time, which is okay. We get our money back from everything we lost, and we live a few more bullets. And we're back up, 32 units? 16 units, because we're 20 cents, not 10-cent units. So we are going to see what we can do here. Yeah, I hope everybody's been doing well. Sorry, like I say again, not been available over the last few months, but I am back, and we are going to make this 10-day challenge and see what we can do. All right, so that is a 20, and we are not going to do it there. So I'm interested in, for people who follow the channel and people who have watched this system, because I've tried other systems that people have suggested and never really had any luck with those. The one that I've always gone back to is my hot streets, the 4 streets, and playing the hot ones. I'm curious what you guys think of the system. What is your thoughts? Let me know in the comments what you guys are thinking. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications. Free to do, and it helps the channel. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, guys. And when I hit 1,000, like I say, I'm going to release the program out. I know when I said before I was going to do some free giveaways of the application once we hit 200, and I know we got to 200. I think we did at least. We might have fallen back down since I disappeared. But because the app was not making and working on every computer out there, I don't want to release it with bugs. So that's why right now I'm just looking for a couple of people to beta test the application. I'm on Discord, and we can communicate, and I can work with you to get the application installed and set up and things like that. All right, 34. So we are now back up here to our 4th progression here. So we're right back where we were before. Let's see if we can get some wins. But yeah, the application, like I say, I'm running on one screen. I'm running on a wide screen, a 30-inch or 32-inch widescreen. So the application works beautifully here, but like I said, people are running multiple monitors, and especially when a monitor was not the same size, they were having issues with it. But I think I've resolved those. I haven't been able to test it because I don't have multiple monitors set up here. But from what I was reading and from what I've put into the application, I think I have it fixed. But again, looking for some beta testers to help me test it out. And that would be great. And then once we get all the kinks out and it is ready for prime time, then I will have the raffle that I spoke about. Yeah, until then, I don't want to put out buggy software that's not working properly. All right, so right now we are at 124.13. So we are 20 units down. So we can go one more progression and we will have to call it a day. But I'm hoping that we don't do that, because that would be a very lousy 14. It is not a lousy way to start the series. There we go. Right on time. Right on time. So that puts us at 3.5 wins right there. So we got the 14. That was right on time. We're at 132.93. Before that, we were at 133.73. So we are almost there. We are 1.5 wins away. So we have won 3 full wins and a half. So all we need is 1.5, and we will have our 40 units. We'll actually have a little bit more than that. But get out of that 0. Oh well, that's all right. No big deal. It's nice when you can win on the first one, but I had a couple of sessions like that where I played where it kept coming back to back to back. I was like, I got my 4 out of the 5 wins I needed real quick. It was like 4 in a row, and it was like, wow, those sessions are really nice, And since I'm in a building of the bankroll stage, it's like I stopped when I get to the 5 wins, but I bet you I know because I stuck around and pretended like I was playing, and I know I would have made more in those sessions. So I think sessions that start off hot like that, you probably want to set your goal maybe a little higher or stay a little longer just to see if you can keep it rolling. All right, what do we have there? We got a 25, so we got a miss there, but that's okay. we are going to hopefully get it here on the 3rd win. You're bouncing around and playing the different. Yeah, you see that the winning numbers are coming from only 46% of the wins. You seem to do better when that number is a lot higher. When that number is around 50, 55%, you seem to be doing a little bit better. So you can kind of judge how the session is going based on where the winning numbers are coming from. Excuse me, just taking a little sip there. Something to drink. All right. Yeah, the session is not a heater session, I will say that. But we are hanging in there. You know, and if you wanted to stop only 20 units up, you could, you know, but that is not this challenge. We are trying for 40 units per session, and we're either going to stop when we get our 40 plus units or of profit, or we're going to stop when we get a loss of 50 units, or over 50 or over, depending on where we land in our betting progression. So that's what we're trying to do. So 50 units of 20 would be $10, so that would be 118.13. So we don't want to fall below 118.13. That was 20. My eyes misread that at first. I thought we had our 28, but all right, now we're on the fifth one. So this is the one where we really want to get it. See if we can't get something there. We can still bet one more progression, I think. Yeah, one more, and then we'll have to stop because the next one would be. So let's try to keep it rolling here. But yeah, let's try to keep it rolling. Come on. Oh, 12. Gosh darn it. All right, we're going to have to do it on this next one, guys. This is it. Yeah, I put it at 120.93. If we were to bet one more, it would put us below our 50 units. This would, yeah, we would be down over about 40 units. So we're hoping to hit this one. If we don't, we're going to call it a day. I mean, not every session. I mean, that's the whole thing about gambling. It's a gamble. Not every session is going to be a winner, so you got to set your stop loss. You can't chase for the win, because when you chase, you lose. So that's 24, and we lost. So we're just going to call it, okay? We didn't win. You know, we did not start off a session here the way we wanted. I'm going to set the betting off. I'm going to hit the 24 just so it would show us what we would bet. But we're going to cash out. See, because if I bet that time, it would put us down to 113. That would have been a lot more than 50 units of loss. That would have been close to 60 units of loss. And I'm going to stop at 50. You know, it's like I'm only down 36 units. So it's like, okay. And let's see what came out. See, 18. That would have been a loser. So it's okay to stop. You know, not every session is going to be a winner. Now I'm going to play this out just to see, you know, what would happen here. Just see how long we would go down. See, right now we would be at 103, which is $28, which is well over our betting loss units there that we were looking for. So yeah, I kind of do this afterwards just to kind of see what happens. Also, sometimes what I'll do is I will jump back in after a long stretch and see if we can't make it up and bring it up. But if you do that, you will have to win more than 5 times. You're going to need to win a lot more than that. So there was 36, so that was another loss. So you can see when the table's cold like this and it's not following the hot streaks, it was good for us to get down and get out because we would be well into our bankroll. So right now, if we continue to play, our bankroll would be down to 87.33. So yeah, that's like $41. So yeah, that's a lot of units. That is quite a bit of units right there that we would be down. Now, of course, keep playing it out. You know, we're at the 9th progression. Maybe it will hit, or maybe you will go negative. But I do like to play this sometimes out like this to see what would happen. And like I say, I've been known to jump back in once it's gone late like that. You know, when it goes really long like this with a lot of losses, because then eventually it does turn around and come back. And I think that's what we're going to do here. We're going to go a little bit further in since we have not gone our full 50 units down. We can play a couple. Since we're only at 36 units, so we can play a couple after of loss. We can play a couple to see if we can bring it back. We haven't bet in a while, so it's like I'm kicking you out. So let's jump back in. So right now we would be down 60. We'd be over half our bankroll had we play. And there we go. Finally a win. It would have been a win right there. So I'm going to jump back in. I'm going to turn betting back on. I'm going to hit that it was a win so it can bet us. So we would have gotten up to the 134, but you saw how far we were down. We would have been way down. But I'm going to play a couple more just because sometimes I've noticed when I've played that when you don't play for a while, I mean, you know, when the numbers don't come out for a while, and then when it hits, it starts being hot again. So I'm gonna see if we can't make a little bit of a comeback here. We are not down the 50 units. We have 2 more plays here that we can play, and that is a 12. So I bounced in and out, but that's okay. We're gonna play one more time here, or 2 more. We got enough to go to 2 more. Yeah, we're at 119.33, which is not $10 down. We'll be a little over the $10 mark if we play the next one, but I'm okay to go to 3. But then that is it. Then we call it a day, and we'll mark it as a loss. But, you know, I'm not going to sugarcoat. I'm going to post this video out as our thing. Oh, there we go. We got a half a win there. All right. I'm not counting it out yet, but I'm already talking like we lost. Like we're losers, but maybe we're not. But I'm going to post this no matter what the outcome, because it is a fair representation of 1, how the application performs, 2, what gambling is. Not anybody who tells you they got the foolproof system is blowing smoke up your you know what. Okay, there is never a foolproof system. Gambling is gambling. It is a thing of chance, is what roulette is, right? So you can't say, oh, I got a a system that won't lose. Anybody who tells you that they have a system that won't lose is trying to sell you something that is a fairy tale. So just remember that. Every system can lose. So, like I said, I'm going to post this video out there, win or lose, because I think it's good to show everyone in the community that there is not a full-blown system. This day 1 challenge didn't work, and that's fine. But we also didn't lose our entire bankroll. We're going to lose at the most 50 units or $10 out of our 128 we started with. So I am not, upset. And see, we're chipping away. We're chipping away here. There's another one for us. Like I say, when I've seen that when it's gone a lot of losses like that go back in. That's why I stop playing, wait for it to actually come in, hit, and then continue to play again, because you get through the drought and then you come back in. So yeah, we got a little bit of our money back to where we were when we stopped. I'd like to add a couple of ones here. What is that? 31. We can't seem to get those back-to-back ones, but that's okay. See if we can get another win. So we can see over here at our wins at what level. So we've won once at back-to-back, 3 of them after 2 at betting progression 2, 1 at 3, 1 at 4, 1 at 5, and then the one that hit at 10 was the one we stopped playing. But yeah, so you can see that a lot of the wins, 88% of the wins, have been at betting progression 5 or lower. So if we could stay within that, 5 or lower betting progression, it works out pretty good. All right, so this is going to be, I think this is going to be our last bet here, and then we will be at our 50 unit loss, which is a bummer, but it is reality. Yep, that's 119.33, so that's just about the 50 units there. What is that? 46 units is what that is. So that's our stop loss, and we are okay with that because then we will try another session. Maybe in a couple of hours I'll come back and do another session, and we'll try it again. 32. Yep, that is a loser. So yep, that is it, guys. Sorry it was not a winning session. Sorry our well, I say I'm sorry, but it is the reality of gambling. It's a bummer. I'm not sorry. It is a bummer that our first series, our first recording of the series of our try to win 40 units or more 10 days in a row starts with a loss. But you know what? We might have 9 sessions where we are a winner. So it's okay. It's good we start off on a low because I have a feeling we are going to finish on a high. All right, guys. Well, thanks for stopping by. Again, sorry for the long delay in posting videos, but I am back, and hope you guys are looking forward to the challenge. Let me know your thoughts below, and enjoy betting, enjoy gambling, but do remember, only bet what you can afford to lose, and just try to have some fun. All right, take care, guys. Bye.